I was covered in soot standing in their marble entryway while they laughed at me like I was some joke. Just a poor chimney sweep, nothing more. But a month later, I was the one handing them an eviction notice. Funny how fast fortunes turn. If you've ever been looked down on, humiliated, or underestimated by someone with more money than empathy, this story is for you. Hit that like button, subscribe, and buckle up for a tale of revenge that burns hotter than a roaring fireplace. Let me take you back to the beginning, when all I had was a van, a vacuum, and a pair of soot-stained gloves. I run a small chimney sweeping business. Not glamorous, sure, but honest. I've been doing it for years. Winter was our busiest season, and during one particularly icy December, I got a call from a new client, a couple living in a gated estate on the edge of town. They wanted a last-minute deep sweep before their big Christmas Eve party. No problem. I've dealt with tight deadlines before. I showed up at the mansion, and from the moment I stepped out of my van, I could feel their eyes on me. The wife opened the door, blonde, surgically perfect, wearing a robe that probably cost more than my monthly rent. She didn't even say hi, just wrinkled her nose and said, "Try not to touch anything." Then came the husband. Think golf club in one hand, martini in the other. He looked me up and down and chuckled. Didn't know chimney sweeps were still a thing. "What is this, Mary Poppins?" I forced a smile. I've dealt with arrogant clients before, but these two were next level. I asked them to show me the fireplace and got to work. As I started laying down sheets to protect the carpet, their teenage son walked in with a friend. And that's when the humiliation hit full force. The son pointed at me and said, "Hey, check it out, we got our own soot goblin." The whole room erupted in laughter. The dad, the mom, the friend. It was like they were watching a comedy show and I was the punchline. I kept my head down. Just 1 hour of work, I told myself. Then I'm out. But the worst part? As I was packing up, I overheard the dad say, "Should have just lit a match under him. Maybe he'd clean up faster." They thought I was too dumb, too poor, too small to matter. What they didn't know was that I hold a license most people don't even think about, and it gives me access. You see, part of chimney sweeping involves inspecting for safety, creosote buildup, flue damage, gas leaks. When I inspect, I take detailed reports, and when I find violations, I submit them. Most people thank me for saving their lives, but these people, they had 3 fireplaces, all of them illegal retrofits, all of them fire hazards. One even had a half-melted gas line cap, a literal time bomb. So I filed the reports, not out of spite, just doing my job. But then I got a call. The city inspector asked if I had photos, because someone had tried to bribe the department to make the violation disappear. Classic. So I sent in everything I had. Timestamps, photos, even audio. Yeah. Turns out their security system had a glitch, and my inspection mic caught more than just creosote buildup. The city moved fast. Within a week, their entire heating system was declared unsafe. But it didn't stop there. Turns out their remodel hadn't just skipped safety protocols. It skipped permits entirely. The inspector called it a code violation jackpot. Within 2 weeks, the mansion was swarming with city officials. Fines stacked up, insurance dropped them. The Christmas Eve party? Canceled. But that was just the start. Turns out, the dad wasn't just rich. He was a partner at a real estate investment firm. A firm with a spotless public image. Until local media got wind of the unsafe housing conditions at his personal residence. The headline? Luxury home, legal disaster. And the best part? Remember the audio my mic captured? The part where he joked about lighting a match under me? Yeah, that made it into the news clip. His partners flipped. He was quietly let go to spend more time with family. Except the family was falling apart too. The wife filed for separation within a month. Their assets were frozen during investigation. Mansion? On the market? Discounted. Oh, and the son? Remember him? A few months later, he applied for a summer internship at my cousin's HVAC repair firm. Guess who screens applicants? I didn't reject him. I just forwarded his TikTok where he called me a soot goblin to HR. Didn't even need to add a comment. Standing in my modest little office, sipping cheap coffee, I saw the for sale sign on their estate while scrolling Zillow. I smiled. They thought they could humiliate me, that I was beneath them, that my job made me small. But I showed them something they never saw coming. Quiet, professional power. Revenge doesn't always come with fists or flames. Sometimes it comes with forms, regulations, and just a little soot. People think kindness means weakness, but when you know your worth, when you stand up quietly and firmly, justice has a way of finding the arrogant. Sometimes karma wears work boots and carries a vacuum hose. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and tell us in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever witnessed? And don't forget to subscribe for more real, raw stories of sweet justice served cold. Until next time, keep your chimneys clean and your pride cleaner.